Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting.
Tank Davis has silenced all speculation by kicking off a fierce training camp ahead of his showdown with Lamont Roach Jr. Scheduled to defend his WBA Lightweight title on March 1st at the Barclays Center, Davis sparked chaos with a cryptic post hinting at fight cancellation. But now, the viral clip of his intense training has put doubts to rest. Gervonta Davis's new look has generated a buzz on social media. Davis shared a picture of himself with a ponytail in an earlier post on Instagram. This change in style, while seemingly minor, sparked a wave of curiosity among fans. They quickly took to social media, creating memes and discussing his new feminine appearance. His new look seemed to fuel further excitement and anticipation ahead of the fight. Tank's interaction on social media had been almost non-existent for a few days, which makes this post even more intriguing. Before this, Tank hadn't shared anything on his Instagram for a while, because he had made a controversial move that had temporarily put his fight in jeopardy. A few weeks ago, Gervonta "Tank" Davis stirred up a storm on social media with a cryptic Instagram story hinting at the cancellation of his upcoming fight against Lamont Roach Jr. In the now-deleted post, Tank wrote, "The fight is f***ing cancelled," leaving fans shocked and speculating about the status of the highly anticipated March 1st showdown. Though the post was quickly removed, it had already set the boxing world on fire.
His latest post of "the fight is effing canceled," on top of that, him deleting his socials and stuff like that. It's just a bunch of stuff outside that makes me think, is he really focused on this fight? And even if he's focused, because Gervonta Tank Davis definitely is a professional, he definitely don't want to lose a fight.
Despite the rapid deletion of the post, the damage was done. Fans flooded social media, creating a frenzy of rumors and theories about the fight's future. As the speculation grew louder, Roach Jr.'s camp quickly responded, dismissing Davis's claims. In his Instagram story, Roach shot back, "The f*** you keep asking me for?" He said, "That shit, not me. I'm locked in. Ain't shit changed. March 1st, Brooklyn and the new." This defiant message sent a clear signal that Roach and his team were sticking to the plan, dismissing the notion of any cancellation as nothing more than a wild rumor. Lamont Roach Sr., Roach Jr.'s father and trainer, also chimed in, emphasizing that there had been no official communication from Davis's camp regarding a fight cancellation. He confidently stated, "We haven't heard anything. As far as I am concerned, the fight is still on. Nothing has changed on our end." The Roach camp made it clear that they wouldn't let rumors disrupt their preparations. Meanwhile, the drama caught the attention of boxing icon Oscar De La Hoya. In a tweet directed at Davis, De La Hoya jokingly said, "Give me a call if you need a fight. I have the perfect guy for you." While humorous, De La Hoya's comment also sparked further intrigue. Was this a serious offer or just a playful jab? Regardless, it added an extra layer of complexity to the situation, making the already dramatic buildup even more entertaining for fans. On the other hand, Leonard Ellerbe, a close associate of Davis, took a different approach. He swiftly posted on X, "See you in NY," in a bid to silence the cancellation rumors. While it remained unclear whether Ellerbe was still closely working with Davis or just offering a casual response. So, his tweet didn't receive the same warm reception from fans. Many expressed disappointment, as they felt Davis's camp hadn't offered any official clarification regarding the fight's status. Fans were left confused. Despite the confusion, there was a glimmer of hope when Davis's promotion team posted a New Year's Day graphic featuring an image of the fighter, signaling that all was not lost. The image, though not a direct statement from Davis himself, provided a ray of optimism for fans worried about the potential cancellation. Yet the doubts remained until a recent leaked training video showed Davis in full preparation mode. In the clip, Tank can be seen pushing himself to the limit, going through brutal drills and showing off his raw power. This footage has been a game changer, silencing many of the doubts and rumors that had been swirling. Tank Davis's training video seems to have put the final nail in the coffin of the cancellation rumors. The leaked video not only shut down the rumors of fight cancellation, but also served as a reminder of Tank's incredible skill and dedication. His training footage has injected new life into the hype surrounding his showdown with Roach. As the countdown to the fight begins, one thing is clear: Gervonta Davis is fully locked in and ready to defend his WBA Lightweight title. Speaking about Tank Davis's training, Oscar De La Hoya praised the champion for his dedication and commitment. He described Davis as a beast in the ring, highlighting his exceptional skills and intense focus during training. De La Hoya emphasized that Tank Davis always ensures he's in optimal condition before stepping into the squared circle, underscoring the discipline and work ethic that make him a formidable opponent. According to De La Hoya, Davis' training regimen reflects his readiness to take on any challenge, showcasing his immense talent and preparation.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He's first and foremost, he's a very nice human being. I really like him as a fighter, as a person. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
De La Hoya also spoke highly of Lamont Roach, acknowledging him as a terrific fighter and a genuinely good person. However, he mentioned that Roach might find himself in tough waters when facing a fighter like Davis. Despite that, De La Hoya was careful not to count Roach out, recognizing his sneakiness in the ring and his ability to catch opponents off guard with his combinations. He described Roach as sneaky good, which adds an unpredictable element to the fight.
It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So
ultimately, De La Hoya noted the stark difference in experience between the two fighters. While he recognized Roach's skills, he made it clear that Tank Davis' combination of experience, knowledge, and raw power would make it a challenging night for Roach. According to De La Hoya, Davis has that mean streak that allows him to take out his opponents with a single punch, making him one of the most dangerous fighters in the lightweight division.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, but you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch. So it's going to be a long night, but I think Lamont will. What he must do in there is just go out there and have fun.
During an interview with Michelle Joy Phelps of Fight Hub TV, Bernard Hopkins spoke highly of Tank Davis, asserting that Davis will cause problems for anyone he faces. He pointed out that the burden of the fight lies with Lamont Roach, who will have to step up and prove himself. He emphasized that Roach would face significant challenges as he moves up a weight class to fight Davis for the lightweight title, with the WBA even making a special exemption to allow the fight. Despite this, Hopkins acknowledged the unpredictability of boxing, warning that anything could happen and both fighters need to show up in the best shape possible.
Tank Davis is not the guy to beat in boxing as a superstar. As they say, the face of boxing, and then they said others might be the face of boxing. But Tank Davis, to me, it's going to get anybody problems. It's the burden is on Roach or anybody else. In this case, it's Roach. The burden is on him, and this is Roach really. I know about the amateurs, but this is really his biggest moment in boxing as far as on a pro level. On a pro level, he will come in as the underdog, based on popularity and based on the record that Tank has, and justifiably so. But anything can happen in this world of boxing.
Hopkins also expressed his respect for Roach's abilities, advising Davis not to underestimate his opponent. He highlighted Roach's skills as a fighter, boxer, and puncher, noting that Roach's confidence from his amateur career could play a significant role in the fight. Hopkins made it clear that while Davis is a dominant force, Roach should not be taken lightly, as he has the potential to cause problems in the ring.
The way they need to come in, Tank cannot underestimate Roach. Roach is a real good fighter, boxer, counterpuncher, and he had some confidence from the amateur.
The undefeated super lightweight, Richardson Hitchens, highlighted the similarities between Tank and Roach, noting that both fighters come from similar backgrounds. He emphasized that despite Roach's loss to Jamel Herring in 2019, he has shown consistent improvement and shouldn't be underestimated. Hitchens confidently predicted that Roach, with a record of 25-1, would surprise everyone and make it a brilliant fight.
They both got a lot of similarities. They both box each other numerous times, and I think that a lot of people riding Lamont off because of his one loss with Jamel Herring, but through the years he showed he got consistently better and better. He silenced out the critics. He went and grabbed him a world title, and I think that it's definitely a fight that, like, a great fight for boxing. I think that boxing fans are trying to, like, basically shut Lamont out. I don't know, maybe because he's not a big name, was a smaller guy, but I think it's definitely going to be a great technical fight. I think that Tank know that Lamont can fight, and Lamont know Tank can fight. So the boxing world, I'm looking forward to watching the fight.
Talking about the technical aspects of the matchup, Hitchens expressed that it would be a fantastic display of skill. He described Tank Davis as a defensive genius, someone who knows how to protect himself and maneuver effectively. According to Hitchens, Davis's ability to control the pace of a fight, particularly in the later rounds, would give him the edge if the fight goes the distance. He pointed out that Roach's best chance would be to finish the fight early, as Davis's nearly perfect defense would allow him to take control if the fight stretches into the later rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I know Tank's technical skills. Tank is a tremendous fighter. Tank is really he's kind of like a defensive, genius. Like he know how to protect himself, and he know ways to maneuver and to slow down the pace and different angles. I think that fight will probably favor Tank, because Tank's speed. Tank have God-given speed and reflexes. So I think that fight would probably favor Tank, but then it will probably favor Lamont too, because he'll keep the fight in a slow pace where Tank, he ain't really creating too much openings for Tank to catch him with a big shot. That fight will probably favor Tank, because Tank's speed. Tank have God-given speed and reflexes. So I think that fight would probably favor Tank, but then it will probably favor Lamont too, because he'll keep the fight in a slow pace where Tank, he ain't really creating too much openings for Tank to catch him with a big shot. So it might favor both guys, but I think that game, if it comes to go to the scorecards, it'll most likely be Tank fight.
Shakur Stevenson, while acknowledging Roach's talent, believes this fight will be tougher than people expect. In an interview, Stevenson praised Roach as a great fighter, but pointed out that the bout would not be an easy one for Davis. Stevenson also stated that, in his opinion, Davis should have fought highly ranked contender Edwin de los Santos instead of Roach.
Now, I think Lamont Roach is a great fighter. I think that I don't think it's gonna be like an easy night work for Tank. I think it's gonna be a hard fight, and a lot harder than what people expect it to be. I think everybody is really gonna be surprised at how Lamont does.
He respected Roach as a fighter, but believed that the fight against him might not offer the same level of challenge that a bout with De Los Santos would have provided.
I do think that the fight that he should have fought should have been the Edwin De Los Santos, but
Tank or Lamont?
Tank.
Okay.
But I do respect Lamont Roach as a fighter, and I think that he's going to do good in the fight.
This selection of Roach has led to ongoing criticism of Tank Davis, as he has often been criticized for facing opponents who are perceived as smaller fighters rather than fighters of his own caliber. Despite this, Davis possesses a wide range of skills that make him capable of defeating even the toughest opponents. As for this fight, most people consider it like a mismatch considering Davis's immense talent. Davis, with a perfect record of 30-0 and 28 KOs, is coming off a spectacular 8-round KO of Frank Martin, while Roach, with a record of 25-1-1 and 10 KOs, is seen as a major underdog in this matchup. Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, was quick to mock the matchup between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach when it was first announced. He expressed surprise at Davis choosing Roach as an opponent. In fact, he even joked about forgetting that the fight is happening.
Gervonta has a fight against Lamont Roach on December 14th.
Against who?
Lamont Roach.
Who? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This was
When
WBA
I haven't heard too much about that fight. Have you heard a lot about that fight? I haven't heard
Not
too
much.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with Lamont Roach. Are you?
I almost forgot that they were even fighting.
Bill Haney also questioned whether Davis is truly fighting top-tier opponents. He pointed to previous matchups like the one against Frank Martin. This leads to further criticism of Davis's choice of opponents, as Bill Haney questions whether Davis is truly stepping up to fight the best in the lightweight division.
Well, yeah, because Tank, he beat Frank Martin in June, which made his record 30-0.
Who was he? Who did he beat again?
Frank Martin.
And that's who? Who was he? Frank Martin, you said?
Yeah.
Who are these guys, man?
Are you saying that the Tank is fighting a bunch of nobodies? Is this what you're saying? That's what it sounded like.
You don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm not a boxing guy like you are.
Yeah, he's only 30,000 years old right now. I think, geez, man, when is he going to fight somebody?
Well, I mean, according to the internet, and there's some back and forth about this, I believe, on Twitter, Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight. Now, that's a name I know.
Right.
Do you expect that to happen?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, because I don't know. I don't think have they announced? Have you heard Tank say that he was going to fight?
It's not official yet.
No. Okay, so no.
Okay. What do you think would happen in that fight?
It would be a good fight. I give it 50-50.
Criticism aside, there are also experts who respect Gervonta Davis's decisions and see value in his matchups. Eddie Hearn, for instance, defended Davis regarding the criticism of his fight with Lamont Roach. Hearn pointed out that while Roach may be smaller than Davis, he is a world champion with notable skills, even if many aren't fully aware of his capabilities. Hearn admitted that the fight might not be a blockbuster, but insisted it's not a terrible one either, emphasizing Roach's abilities and potential to deliver a competitive bout.
What do you think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis-Roach fight?
I think that, it's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability, but he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not a terrible one.
Kenneth Sims Jr., the welterweight sensation who has fought against both Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis, shared his unique insights into their upcoming fight. Initially, Sims was reluctant to predict the outcome, as he has good relationships with both fighters and didn't want to seem disrespectful.
So Lamont, that's my boy. Like Tank, I'm cool with Tank too, so I ain't.
Well, okay,
but
maybe.
I ain't gonna pick a winner. I won't pick a winner,
okay.
But I'll be rooting for Lamont.
Sims emphasized that both Roach and Davis are skilled counterpunchers, meaning that to secure a victory, one of them will have to step out of their comfort zone to force the other into an opening. He pointed out that Davis tends to start slowly in his fights, taking time to find his rhythm. Sims explained that while Tank may start slow, he usually picks up momentum as the fight progresses.
Lamont's a counterpuncher. Tank kind of a counterpuncher too. So I think one of them gonna have to come out of their comfort zone to get the other one to open, because they both like to counter. Like Tank don't really throw a lot of punches until like late in the fight. Like everybody say Tank don't. Like he'll start slow, but as the fight goes, he gonna pick it up. Then he get busy. And Lamont's a counterpuncher.
However, Sims suggested that if Davis wants to win, he might need to be more aggressive early on, as Roach is a fast starter who picks up points quickly. This perspective was particularly surprising, as many had already counted out Roach in his debut for the lightweight title. Experts have varied opinions, with some criticizing the choice while others respect Davis's decisions, acknowledging that even though Roach may not be as well known, he's a capable fighter. Ultimately, it promises to be a compelling contest, with Davis's undeniable skill and Roach's potential for an upset, making it a fight that fans are eagerly awaiting. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. What do you think of Tank's training footage? Do you believe he's ready to shut down the critics, or will Roach surprise us all? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your predictions for this epic showdown.